You bought the CRM, your team won't use it. Between 20 and 70% of CRM projects fail, and poor adoption is the leading reason why. Property investors know that CRM systems work. 94% of businesses report measurable productivity gains, but only 37% of investors in the $500K to $10 million revenue range actually use them consistently, according to Buildout in 2026. The problem isn't the tool, it's the adoption system. This video shows you the 3 CRM categories that work for property investors, why adoption fails, and the exact 90-day framework that makes your team stick to the system. The adoption paradox is real. 94% of businesses report productivity gains from their CRM system, yet only 37% of mid-market property investors actually use that system daily. Why? Because picking the best CRM is easy. Making your team use it every single day is hard. Here's what matters. CRM users see a 29 to 41% lift in conversion rates over agents who don't use one consistently. That's 29 to 41% more deals from the same lead volume. Deal Machine OS measured this in 2026, but only 72.5% of real estate agents even have a CRM tool in place, according to Parser. The gap between having a CRM and using it is where investors leave money on the table. The first 90 days determine success. If your team doesn't adopt the system in that window, they revert to email, spreadsheets, and manual follow-up. And once that habit sets in, it's nearly impossible to change. The most cited root causes of CRM failure are poor user adoption and bad data quality, not missing functionality, per Digital Applied in 2026. Your CRM isn't broken. Your adoption discipline is. A CRM for property investors does 3 things. It centralizes all leads from all sources into one system. It automates follow-up sequences so no lead falls through a crack. And it makes team accountability visible so you can see who's moving deals forward. REsimpli is consistently ranked as the best all-in-one CRM for active investors and wholesalers in 2026, according to RErank. It combines lead management, skip tracing, and multi-channel outreach in one platform. Your team can pull leads from MLS, direct mail campaigns, skip trace lists, and cold calling, all into one inbox. The mechanism works like this. First, leads come in from multiple sources. Second, they get scored automatically based on deal probability, which properties match your criteria, which owners are most motivated. Third, your team gets assigned tasks. Call these 5 owners today, send this email sequence to that list, schedule follow-ups for next week. Goliath data surfaces these signals in real time, so your CRM becomes the system of record, not a filing cabinet. InvestorFuse takes a different approach. It's built for structured follow-up processes that centralize leads from multiple sources and track team performance, per Agora Real in 2026. If your bottleneck is discipline, making sure someone picks up the phone on day 1, day 3, and day 7, InvestorFuse enforces that discipline through task automation. Buildout serves the commercial real estate market. It combines CRM functionality with marketing automation and deal management specifically for commercial real estate, offering AI-assisted contact enrichment and deal pipeline tracking. That's from the AI Consulting Network in 2026. All 3 platforms share the same core. They remove the friction between a lead arriving and your team taking action. The math is simple. If 37% of investors use CRM daily and those users close 29 to 41% more deals, that's the signal that Goliath data runs on every property. The investor who enforces daily CRM discipline wins. Step 1. Pick your CRM. This takes 1 meeting. REsimpli for wholesalers doing high-volume outreach. InvestorFuse if your deals sit in follow-up for months. Buildout for commercial real estate and large portfolios. Don't overthink it. You can switch later. The tool matters less than the adoption system that comes next. Step 2. Migrate your existing leads into the system. This is the painful part. You probably have leads in spreadsheets, Gmail folders, text messages, and business cards. Pull everything into your CRM. Clean the data. Mark leads by source so you can measure which channels actually work. This takes a week. Block the time. Step 3. Define your daily workflow. Your team should touch their CRM at 9 a.m. and again at 5 p.m. 9 a.m. Check overnight replies, update deal status, pull today's follow-up list. 5 p.m. Log activity from the day, move deals through stages, schedule tomorrow's outreach. If your team isn't in the CRM twice a day, adoption will fail. That's the rule. Make it habit. Step 4. Set up automation for the routine stuff. Most CRM systems can auto-assign new leads, send email sequences after calls go unanswered, and flag deals that haven't moved in 2 weeks. Automate the busy work so your team focuses on talking to owners and closing deals. Goliath Data integrates with most major CRMs to automate lead scoring and prioritization so your team calls the most motivated owners first. Step 5. Measure adoption and fix what breaks. By week 2, you'll see which team members are using the CRM and which are ignoring it. Have one-on-one conversations. Ask what's getting in the way. Is the interface confusing? Does the phone system not work with their workflow? Fix the friction immediately. Most CRM projects die between week 2 and week 12 because leadership doesn't address adoption blockers. You have to intervene fast. If a team member skips 3 days of CRM activity, that's a conversation, not a performance review. Adoption is a habit. Habits form in about 90 days if you reinforce them daily. If you slip up in those 90 days, the habit breaks and your team reverts to spreadsheets. So your job as a leader is to remove friction, celebrate early wins, and enforce the discipline until CRM use becomes automatic. An investor in Texas was running a wholesaling operation with 4 team members. They were closing about 8 deals a month, but they had a problem. Leads were scattered across email, text messages, and a shared Google Sheet. Some leads got called once and forgotten. Others got contacted 5 times by different team members because nobody knew who'd already reached out. They were wasting about 30% of their outbound effort on duplicate calls and missed follow-ups. They picked InvestorFuse as their CRM because they needed structured task assignment. They migrated about 400 existing leads into the system, cleaned the data, and set a rule. Every lead is called on day 1, day 3, and day 7. If an owner doesn't answer, the CRM auto-generates a text message on day 4. If still no response, an email goes out on day 6 with a different angle. They also set up a daily stand-up. At 9 a.m., every team member pulls their daily call list from InvestorFuse and commits to 20 dials that day. At 5 p.m., they log activity. How many calls, how many conversations, which deals moved forward. Within the first 30 days, adoption was about 60%. 3 team members were hitting daily targets. 1 was resistant, still preferring email and spreadsheets. The investor had a direct conversation. Turns out that team member was frustrated that the phone interface was clunky. The investor adjusted the workflow, and by week 8, that person was fully in the system. By month 4, the team was closing 12 deals a month. That's a 50% increase. Deal Machine OS measured a 29 to 41% lift in conversion rates from CRM users. And this investor hit the upper end of that range because they combined CRM discipline with consistent outreach. The conversion rate didn't just improve. The team's activity and morale improved because they could see the progress. Every closed deal was logged in the system. Every team member could see their contribution. That visibility matters. CRM isn't just a database, it's the accountability structure that makes investors scale. Mistake 1: buying the wrong CRM for your workflow. Some investors pick a CRM built for general sales and try to force real estate into it. Your CRM should be built for property investors. Lead scoring based on deal criteria, integration with MLS or skip tracing tools, automation that matches how you actually work. If your CRM doesn't talk to the tools you use daily, adoption will fail. Mistake 2: no adoption framework. You deployed the CRM. Great. Now what? If you don't build a daily habit, if you don't have a stand-up, if you don't measure who's using it and who's not, your team will drift back to spreadsheets within 2 weeks. The CRM itself isn't the problem. The lack of discipline is. Mistake 3: bad data from day 1. You migrated 500 leads into your CRM, but you didn't clean them. Half the phone numbers are wrong. Addresses are missing. Deal criteria are blank. Your team opens the system, sees garbage data, and loses faith. They stop using it. Spend a week cleaning your data before you go live. Mistake 4: expecting adoption without addressing friction. Your team is struggling with the phone interface, or the email integration keeps dropping messages, or the mobile app doesn't work in the field. If you don't fix these problems in the first 30 days, adoption stalls. Listen to your team. Make the adjustments. Speed matters more than perfection. Here's the one rule that separates investors who succeed with CRM from those who don't. Make the CRM the system of record for every deal discussion. Not email, not text, not a side conversation in the parking lot. Every deal gets logged in the CRM. Every task gets assigned in the CRM. Every status update gets recorded in the CRM. If a deal is talked about outside the CRM, that conversation is lost. You lose context, you lose accountability, you lose leverage. The CRM is where deals live and die. Once your team internalizes that rule, adoption sticks. The CRM becomes the central nervous system of your business. Wave Connect and Raiden Dynamics found that user adoption is the #1 cause of CRM failure. So your job is to make adoption so easy, so visible, and so rewarding that your team wants to use the system. Pick the right CRM for your model. Build your adoption framework now. Clean your data before you launch. Fix friction immediately. And enforce the rule. Every deal lives in the CRM. Do that, and you'll close 30 to 40% more deals with the same outreach effort. Subscribe for more real estate CRM and lead generation breakdowns.